Attention, salute, pledge. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. So if you're an elected official that's with us here tonight, could you just please stand real quick and we'll all recognize you guys. Mr. Aderholt. Appreciate you guys doing this work that you all do. Additionally, I want to recognize any potential candidates that we have that's with us here tonight. So if you're a potential candidate, could you also please stand? Let's recognize you guys that are with us here tonight. Oh, I apologize. We've got several different candidates here with us tonight. Thank you guys for stepping up to the challenge for Congress. What I also want to recognize, there are different groups of people that I wanted to recognize. Of course, our elected officials, from our local officials all the way to some of our federal officials, our candidates and the hard work that they do. And then on the inside cover of your program, you'll see some of our party committee members and how that our county party is organized, from our officers to the different districts, at-large members, and even some of our state committee members. And if you're a state committee member or a county committee member, would you please stand and let's recognize you guys. Marianne, the state executive committee member. Jack, different ones. We appreciate the work that you do for our party. One of the things that you'll notice when you look at this list is, of course, our county party is organized similar to our county government in the 4 different districts. And all the positions are full. There's been a huge increase, of course, in the interest of Republican politics the last few years. It's obvious in our competitive primaries that we'll be having and some of the competitive races inside our own party. So, but we appreciate your working for our party over all the years and in the future. Children will attest to it. If you know me much at all, you know that I think Alabama, more specifically DeKalb County, is the center of the universe. To help prove that, ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce Mr. Bob French.
Feel like a living fossil. Take you back 55 years. Celeste and I arrived in Tuscaloosa at 2 o'clock in the morning with a dog, a car payment, $40, a month's house rent paid, and everything we owned in a U-Haul at about the size of 2 wheelbarrows. Within 2 weeks, she was an obstetrics nurse at Druid City, and I was working 4 hours a day selling business machines and carbon paper. And we were going to school. I was in the School of Commerce and Business Administration, and things did not seem right. I'd just come back from the Korean War, and Alabama was in terrible shape. It was controlled by South Alabama and the Democrat spoil system. It was run like a banana republic. The people in North Alabama did all the work, and the people in South Alabama did all the politics. They were still living on plantations down there while we were slaving in North Alabama. And I didn't know what to do. And I tried to figure it out and couldn't figure it out. And finally, we went to a Republican meeting. And I had been born and raised a North Alabama Union Democrat. And so we went to this Republican meeting and got kind of active in the Young Republicans at the University of Alabama. I graduated, went to work, and was fortunate enough to have a hybrid degree and made more money when I started out than the Dean of the Commerce School. So I was doing pretty well. We bought a home, a car, and had a baby, and everything was looking up for us. And one day I got a call from the boss, and he says, "Come to the corner office." You don't ever want to go to the corner office because you know it's not good. So I went to the corner office, and he said, "You're a Republican, aren't you?" Oh boy, I made it now. He said, I said, "Yes, sir." He said, "Well, I want you to take this card and go to this address on Thursday, and I want you to represent the West Alabama Managerial Association." I said, "Sir, I'm not even a member." He said, "French, it doesn't exist. Just go to the meeting and represent it." Okay.
Serving in the House of Representatives over the past few years, I've witnessed a lot of hard fights, witnessed a lot of tough decisions, and we've come through some tough times in Congress. Maybe not unscathed, but we're stronger and we're better prepared to face the future because of what we did go through. And tonight I don't want to downplay our current difficulties. You know that, and as Bob mentioned, we live in some challenging times. You're watching the news, you're talking to your families, your neighbors and your colleagues about the current issues that we face. And it's easy to look at the issues and chalk it all up as to just typical Washington dysfunction. And I'll admit to you that everything feels pretty dysfunctional right now in Washington, D.C. But let me say that the recent impasse that we've experienced, you remember back a couple of months ago with the government shutdown and the controversy with the debt limit, that is in fact evidence that we're attempting in the House of Representatives, and let me note, a Republican-controlled House of Representatives, to grapple with our biggest and most dangerous problems in the United States of America. And that's the debt and deficit, and that's the future of our nation's economy.
Next year's going to be busy. If we think that 2013 was busy in our